Yo, what's going on? Thank you so much for hanging out with me for another Mario Ramon discussion. I'm Mario Ramon, and today we're going to talk about online dating and how it affects your self esteem. Okay? Now, I can't talk about heterosexual dating because I'm not in that arena, but I can talk about same gender loving. And my people can be very vicious and cruel, okay? And some of the descriptions, I would say, can be a bit offensive or something like that. And just the way it is, like if you don't talk the lingo and okay, so if it's supposed to be like a dating thing, it depends on what state you're in. I'm going to say my time years and years and years ago in Atlanta. You're looking to date, and people are just instant. Are you a top or a bottom? Let's just keep it real. And you're like, oh my God, where's the quesadilla, baby? I just want to go out and get a nacho and maybe some queso dip, and we can talk about it. I'm like, if that's your first two questions, you don't need to know. You don't need to know. Because that means you have a specific motive and you've asked 32 other people that today. And I don't want to be with nobody who has 32 people today. It's not what I'm signing up for. On them spirits. And then I be over here acting like Sybil with 1,350, 92 personalities. I ain't got time for that. I do not have time for that. And then I'm gonna need your focus to be on me. I don't mean no harm, but I'm a little selfish. You know what I'm saying? I just need you to hang out with me and focus on me. And when I call you, pick up that goddamn phone because I'm gonna pick it up when you call. And we going out to do shit. We going golf cart riding, all that shit, parasailing. We gonna take a helicopter over the city, bitch. If you can think about it, we gonna do it. All right? And so, that's about having fun. That's about having fun. And then if you hang out with somebody like that and you're cool with them and you start liking the way they walk and their scent and the way they talk and you fall in love with the person, it don't matter if you're a top or a bottom. You'll work it out. So gonna sit down on it. The next thing is with your self-esteem. People are like, I don't like fats. I don't like femmes. I don't like blacks. I don't like whites. I don't like tall people. Or you gotta be 5'6", or you gotta be 7'2", or nobody under 6 feet. And you just be like, oh my God. Like it chop, chop, chop. Chop, chop, chop. You better be perfect. You better be perfect. And then, some people lie. If they're 200 pounds, they say they're 188 pounds. Sometimes if people are 50, they'll say they're 42. And sometimes people who are younger say they're older. It's just a mess. And so I am so glad that, I'm not in the arena anymore. And you have to know how to talk the lingo or you're not going to get like a date or a hookup, nothing. It's real, like you got to be on it. And I'm like, oh my, it's just I'd rather order a pizza and watch an episode of something. It's too much. It's too much. And it is a little dangerous too, because like I say, you just should meet people why did I say this, but I'm going to say this. You should meet people in public. And I ain't talking about in a parking lot at Target. You can get mugged there. I'm talking about you take your ass and go get you a quesadilla, or it's like you know what I could not stand back when you're trying to date and meet somebody. Let's go out for coffee, bitch. I don't want no coffee at 7 p.m. You cheap bastard. Now we at least can go down Ruby Tuesdays and go get some, some fried macaroni and cheese balls. Some goddamn coffee. I will follow you home and kill you in your sleep, sir. Listen, let's go out for coffee. But it is expensive, especially in California when I was dating. And you meeting people at different restaurants and that shit. And then you become a G and you be like, listen, you tell the people, listen, I didn't went on too many dates this month that has not manifest. So I tell you what. I'm going to pay for mine, you pay for yours, we like each other, then maybe we can talk about the next one. But fuck that. I'm not about to sit here and pay for the whole Million Man March. Everybody. The devil is a lie. And it's my heart. It's not like they asked me to, but I'd be feeling bad. I'm like, well, if, I want to treat somebody the way I want to be treated. But, oh, no more. Oh, I learned real quick because people be dating you for a free meal. Picking the restaurants they know their ass would not be spending money on if they went on a date with you. In that aspect, you're right. Let's go get a coffee. A tea. Well, maybe I had it wrong. Maybe I should go get a mint tea or green tea or something. And then if you feel the vibe. But I don't know. I was just like, even if you don't feel the vibe, you didn't waste my damn time on the phone. We didn't talk if we were out here. Then I done got dressed and shit. I put on my Burberry cologne. I'm out in these streets. We're about to, at least spend an hour and a half at dinner or something. And just talk. And you better look, I promise you me, don't you catfish me. I will fuck you up right then and there. I got catfished at Houston's restaurant one time in Atlanta. I drove right past him and he was looking like, yeah, right. How could you do this to me after I didn't drove? Boy, bye. Stop, don't play with me. And the reason I know it was him, I'm on the phone and I saw your picture and we were talking. And so we said we were going to meet at Houston's on Peachtree. And so I'm on the phone and I'm driving. And I was like, so I just drove in. Oh, I see you. You in the green car. And I was like, yeah, I had a green Jag. I thought I was fly. We'll talk about that later. I was like, yeah. He was like, this me. I was like, where? Because I know the person that's in front of my car is not you. He was like, this me. I was like, well, wave your hand. And he did like that, honey. And I drove, the way you drove right to the right. And I just got right on, and then I made a right back up on Peachtree, and made there was a light, and then I made another right. Child, I ain't got time for that. No, because you're playing with. If you lying about that, you will lie about the rest of everything else, and I do not have time for that. And he was like, "Wait, you just pulled off." You better be glad I didn't drive into you. Playing with me. I wouldn't do that, but I would. But so that's just that. The online dating, like I said, messing with your self-esteem and everything, because then you don't date anybody, or you don't find anybody for like a long period of time. And then, you know what I'm saying? And like, because everybody don't go to clubs. And then if you do go to a club, you see probably the same people at the club, and you don't want to date the person at the club because you're gonna be wanting to date on Friday and Saturday, and they're gonna be wanting to go to the club, or they're thinking about it. Shit, you met me at the club. Shit, now we dating. Now you can come, and I'm like, I don't want to hear that music every weekend. I ain't got time for it. So I do want to know, what is it like about so far? What is it like for heterosexual? Online dating. I would like to know if it's as tedious as same gender loving. Do you have to be perfect? Do you have to have the perfect picture? Do you find that there are a lot of catfish out there? People will have a picture of Morris Chestnut and then they'll look like Gary Coleman. And that's what that person did to me at Houston's. Boy. Now, now don't get me wrong. I will go on a date with Gary Coleman, but you got to present that to me at first, because you lying to me. That's where the issue is. The issue was the lying, not the look. Let's be clear. You lying motherfucker. Need your ass beat. And I want my gas money back because I took Super. Still thinking about that. But praise God, I got up out of there. That's what I'm saying. If you find out someone is lying at the very beginning, the plane only crashes. There's no black box, baby. The plane didn't take off with a black box, so I'm pretty sure you won't find it. Okay? All right, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me again on the Mario Ramon discussion. Tell me what it's like for if you've ever dated online or if you know someone who's dated online and found love. Oh, I found love online as well. I found my baby online years ago. And we met online, and the way we met is we didn't meet. I I just thought he was super gorgeous, and he is. I thought he was super gorgeous and hot and everything. And I don't know. We exchanged information and we talked for weeks. Oh my God. So one whole month passed, and I would say about 2 weeks. 2 weeks have passed. So we were talking for like 6 weeks. So the first month we talked, when we talked, it was kind of like, oh my God, it was like refreshing. So he and we would talk every day, 5 days or 6 days or even 7 days a week sometime for 5 hours or 4 hours. Or we would talk from 6 to like 11. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 5 hours. We talked to 6 to 11, and then we both got tired at 11, but we had never met. And we would just talk about, where'd you go to college and your family, what was your family life like, and siblings, and just, your cousins and trips and everything. We just talked. It was effortless. And then come to find out, we start getting to the entertainment of it all, and come to find out we love the same TV shows. And we like TV shows there are 2 TV shows we were embarrassed to tell each other we liked, but found out we liked them. So that was our connection. So we would DVR them, and to this day, and we watched the shows. But like I said, we hadn't met yet. And so then he was like, I'm going to New York for a car show. And I was like, okay, cool. I was in my mind, I'm like, this guy is like super handsome, super cute, like so special. I know he got about 3 guys in New York waiting for that. Okay? Keep it real. And so I told him, so I protected my feelings, and I was like, okay, so I tell you what, go to New York, have your fun, and then when you get back, call me. And then, if you want to. He was like, no, I'm going to talk to you the whole time while I'm in New York. I was like, are you making my man arms wet? And so he did. We talked all the way on the airport. When he landed, we were doing all the typing up in the air. When he got to his room, then we FaceTime, and felt very comfortable. And he was like, you can call me and FaceTime me anytime. I'll pick up, circular the room, all that. But we weren't even dating like that. But we were courting each other. But he was like, yeah. I was like, no. I was like, you can go head on with your New York boo. He was like, I ain't got no New York boo. He was like, no, I do not. He was like, I have an LA boo. I was like, oh, you do? And just different stuff like that. So it was kind of cool. The next thing is he always picked up the phone when I called him. Or not even always picked up the phone. He, like, when I text, he'll respond right away. And then I was like, hey, is it a good time to talk? And he would always say yes. And I told him, I said, that turns me on, that, because sometimes you can have a relationship where this knucklehead that only wants to text. And then he'll text you every other day, bitch. Keep it real, shame the devil. And these were the things that wore me out. And this is why I did not want to date. And so this is why I was a little leery of dating my baby that I have now. Because I told him, I was like, and he had been through a lot too, dating. He had been through a lot too. But I told her, I was like, look, I'm really at my wit's ends. I'm not in a rush to meet anybody. I don't even have to meet anybody. I just thought you were cute. And, I don't even know. And so he was like, okay. So then we just start talking more. So one time I'm in the ear and we're having one of our 5-hour conversations, and I leave work. We're talking all the time while I leave work, the whole time after work. And I go to the store. Well, the store was by his house. Little did I know. So I'm texting him, showing him these pictures. I'm taking the pictures. I'm like, look at this outfit. Look at this outfit. I'm probably going to get it. And he said, oh, where are you at? And so then I told him, I was like, and he said, oh, okay. So then I went to another store down next door. By the time I went to the store next door, I was shopping and we're on the phone the whole time while I'm shopping and everything. I get to the register and I pick up a Reese's Pieces. And then I'm on the phone with him and I hear, put that Reese's Pieces down. And I was like, what? And the lady at the register, she was ringing stuff up and she was like, look down there. Because he was at the foot of the thing. I had looked like 2 car wrecks on the 110. Because I had changed my clothes after work. I had just put on some quick little jeans and oh my God, they were horrible. So I can just go through the store and everything. And so the first time he met me, I looked like the Scarecrow on The Wiz. It was all not good. It was just so not good. And so we looked at each other and we smiled and we were together every day since then for the next 2 years. Like we were together literally every day. And so the weird thing is, and like I said, I didn't meet him. I didn't meet him online or whatever. But the weird thing is, my best friend told me to write down in a journal the top 20 things that you want in a spouse. And he was like, no matter how stupid it sounds or even like their anatomy, he was like, whatever you want, big booty, big print, I'm just being real with you guys, okay? And he was like, write that shit down. So I was like, well, big booty is good, but I was like, just fun, family oriented, likes to travel, honest, reliable. When I tell you that my boo is those things times 10, like he's more than I ever thought that I would ever find or meet a person and have those qualities. Just precious, just really super precious. And the thing that I like is he lets me know that we have a future. Like he'll say, so listen, in January or in October, like what are we doing in August? What are we doing in October? It's like, and so I dated someone for 15 years before him. I dated someone for 15 years and it was like pulling a tooth from a killer whale, honey, trying to set plans or, it was a person who loved their friends. So always wanted to hang out with friends and drink and have fun and and I like to do that too. But sometimes, we need to kind of be bonding and with our own quiet time and, we're on the sofa, I'm rubbing your foot, you rubbing mine kind of deal. Things like that. So, but so I just knew early on from him, I was like, oh, this is my dude. Like I already knew. And I knew that you can fall in love with a family on the news and you don't even know one of their names. The news reporter, a family of 6 burned out of their home today. And then your heart just goes out. So you can love someone, or you can see a puppy on the TV and this puppy needs a home. And you go, oh my God. So the fact that I've talked to him for 6 weeks, 5 days, 5 hours a day, I already loved him. It was just like the physicalness of it all. And so one day he wanted his friend from high school to have dinner with his partner. His partner was here from a different state, and we all went to go have breakfast. And so anyway, the friend, he was like, so are you two in love? And I knew, no, he said, do you love each other? And he didn't say, are you in love? He said, so do you guys love each other? And I knew how I felt. And when I said baby, my baby was said it so fast, he was like, yes. And then I turned around and I was like, we do love each other? He was like, I love you. And I was like, I love you too. And so that's how that happened. And then that just opened up Pandora's box. And that's another thing. I like that you're forthcoming. Like you are, I like upfront. Like it feels good. It makes you feel good when you don't have to worry about what someone thinks about you and how they feel about you. And they show it too. And just not with materialistic things. And I did feel weird at first about materialistic things, but then we just started doing things for each other and it was a wash. All right, well, that's enough babbling. Online dating and your self-esteem. Ultimately, it had my self-esteem down, but I think I had to run against a lot of creeps in order to, find the gem and like, hey, hold on to this because you'll go back to that. And sometimes I think the universe just tests you and see if you really are ready. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people say they are. But then, when you start dating someone and the universe knows it, I hate to say it, be one of those people with the universe knows it, but it's the truth. It tests, the universe tests your karma. That's the tea in a coffee cup. The reason why, because when you start dating somebody, boyfriends you used to date in 1702 come up out of the woodwork. Hey, what you doing? I miss you. I don't know. It's in the air, honey. They can smell that you're happy. They can smell the happiness and they're trying to ruin it. Don't you fall for that shit. Because if you were supposed to be with that person, you would have been with that person because you knew that person before you knew this person. And you're with this person now. So that person is shit in the toilet. So flush it. Get your ass out of here. Because if we were supposed to be together, we would have been together by now. That's the reason why we're not together. Okay? All right. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me for another Mario Ramon discussion. Have a great evening. Don't forget to comment at the bottom of the video and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you next time on Mario Ramon discussion or review. Peace.